Here is Tyrant Mayor Jeff Grove from LaSalle, Illinois, taking his oath of office. Today's video stems from a rampage he went on from the top of the last city council meeting. He is now claiming that a woman using the phrase being with is sexual harassment. She turned in wrongdoings and we have now all become targets. Check this out.
John, you have made rude comments multiple times about me, including my motivation to attend these meetings. You even made accusations that this was all personal. You wonder why some of us stopped coming around. It might have something to do with you bragging about being with other women while you were dating your now wife, Tara. Grow up.
Start off the meeting with public comments. As we've always talked about at the beginning of each of the public comments, this is your time. I'm going to choose not to respond. We might be able to respond throughout the course of the night at different segments of the meeting. Again, it's up to the aldermen and their own decision on that. Again, you have 5 minutes to get your point across and your thoughts, questions, concerns. I do want to comment personally on something that happened in the last open comment. I really couldn't adjust at that point in time, address it because the person finished their comments and then they were done with the public comment at the time. So 21 years ago, when I first took a petition out to be alderman, and again, what I'll be doing here this September, taking a petition out to get you on as mayor, we sign up for this in a way. I'm just saying it's a green light for people to rip us and make personal attacks. But us up here, we know that's part of the, unfortunately, that comes with it. I don't welcome it, but it's part of the game, and it doesn't bother me. I'm fine with it. But let me tell you a story. We are a workplace. We're a workplace environment. We have annual training on sexual harassment. Mary Hales, I'm sure you guys had it at the post office. It's legitimate now. It's real life, right? And when I was in Illinois State in '93, Clarence Thomas hearings, you guys remember that? Kind of the first thing that was ever brought to my attention about sexual harassment and harassment behavior in the workplace. So we have an obligation up here to protect our employees. I don't need an employee to file a lawsuit against the city of LaSalle because we didn't address this. Attorney McFedrin, you defend or you go after lawsuits for people who might get workplace injuries. I'm sure you might have to deal with harassment issues before. We're not going to have that. There's zero tolerance here. So again, if you want to bring something towards me, that's fine. It just says a lot for you individually. But don't ever bring anything to this group here. These people are getting paid to do their job. They didn't get elected. We invited them to be in these seats, and we're happy to have them. So don't ever do that again, because guess what? There is no strike one, strike two, strike three. You're going to be out, okay? And I'll go to the PAC. I'll get called to whoever I need to call to, because I'll say why we did this. I'm not going to have somebody up here 3 times to get sexual harassed or some kind of physical, personal harassment before I get kicked out. Not going to happen. Zero tolerance. At our office in here, if somebody comes in with a water bill and they get belligerent, well, guess what we tell the folks to do? Please, I'm done talking with you now. Please excuse yourself from the building. If you're not going to do that, then we will go ahead and have you be excused. But nobody gets paid enough to do that and put up with that. So that's the guidelines. Maybe some people haven't had that kind of training. I've been fortunate enough to be in the corporate world. My education level, we had that. It was automatic. So now everybody knows this is the expectation. First time it happens again, you're going to be asked to leave. You're not welcome back. And I don't care what avenues you go to try to get back in here. If I'm eventually overruled, that's fine. But a matter of principle, I know I'm sticking up for my folks out here. And everybody has a First Amendment right, correct? But it doesn't give you the right to harass and personally attack people for no reason. If I'm at a ballpark and I say something, what happens, Officer Sines? Fans get removed. Coaches get removed. If you're at a bar and you say something, you can be asked to remove. Well, it's going to happen here too. So we're not going to take personal attacks anymore. And again, it might be against my judgment of our city attorney. Maybe some of the aldermen don't think that's a problem. I think they all do. But it ends now. So going forward, if you have any issues with that, please talk to us or talk to legal counsel on that. But it's not going to happen. All right? These folks have lives. They're here tonight when they don't have to be here tonight. But we ask them to be here in case there is questions from the public or from the alderman here. Thank you. Alderman, you guys anything before we start?
I think you hit the nail on the head there when you argue with our city employees and that about different issues and stuff like that. And talk about that should be brought up. This is not the place.
It's never the place. Oh,
Could you speak into your mic, please?
It's never the place for something like that to happen. What the Mayor Grove's talking about.
Are you on? I'm gonna double check that. Yeah. Go. All right. Anybody like to speak tonight in public comment? Please come forward and state your name.